Let's get ready with the final game now. The standings are Maktub and Vo in front. Maktub rank 2, Vo rank 1, 15 and 16 points. Then third is Wild Pet with 7 points. Very nice performance so far. Coffee Ninja with 5 points. Also really good. Then we have Resin with 2 points, and in the end we have Pokebunny with 1 point. Very unexpected, but again, he was not practicing that much, and I think he's also very busy elsewhere, so it can be, of course, hard to maintain such a high level, but still doing reaching the semifinals out of the like left pocket, so to say, it's very impressive. Now let's mix it up again, changing into Wang's perspective. Again, we know who Pokebunny is, right? Red. But I'm never sure, honestly, because I thought I got the replay from Wang. So the first lanes are coming in. We see something new here from Brown, a tower in front. That is something I have never seen before in holding early game like that. Now, how is he holding it? He's making the cone. Okay. I'm not liking it too much because he leaked quite some Frostwolves. I always hate leaking Frostwolves early because it's like a missed gold which could be converted into one income. So I'd rather leak 2 sheep than 1 wolf. Also, something I could say, he was in the situation here where you could pull off another nice trick, and that is you build the archer tower there, but you don't actually let it finish. You just cancel it right away, and sometimes the units get repathed or stuck, or they just lose some time without you losing actually anything, because you don't have to sell the tower, you just cancel it so you get the full gold. Okay, enough of the anecdotes. We see dark green and brown lost the most lives early. Again, we recognize this pattern, don't we? I think it's the same player that I was talking about already, but I'll have to figure out who that is every time at the end of the costs. Nice, very nice. Now that added a lot of time. Oh, and again he's trapping him. Oh, mwah, I like it. Perhaps he even got a bit carried away by his tricks because it wouldn't have needed so much. Now, what do we see here? Oh, this doesn't look too pretty. Definitely not. Maybe one more tower would have been the hold here. And this is also again the situation for the line up here. Now he has to build down the whole line and perhaps even build up like that. Brown feels the pressure already. Might be Pokebunny on a very stressed out day, but I'm not sure. At the same time, income-wise, I should have said something. I should have looked at the income before talking, right? Because brown is very well in income, and wheat is a bit further behind. So this might be a good opportunity for brown. Oh yes, and he's trying to use it. Oh, look at this. That's a rare early game scent, but it's very powerful when you have the acolytes together with both auras, and you have a lot of them. Now Lord knows what he's gonna do to hold it, because I don't even know the tech yet. Huh, that's interesting. Do we see their actual portraits here? Now he held it with tons of archers. One slight misbuild there, but doesn't matter. Now that's interesting. Let me see. We have... Nope, this guy is a regular worker. Where is this worker? Hello? Where is your worker, sir? I don't see it. What does this man have? Also the regular worker? Also the regular? Huh. Oh, we have Void tech. Very nice. I like Void. Okay, so if they have Void, this is about the stage where they want to start spreading it big time. The thing with Void is you always have to invest a bit more gold earlier to get a bigger return a bit later. So those who do this now, they will be in the advantage later on. And those who... Ah, we have Sludge. Ah, very similar text to to the other semi-final. Interesting stuff. I don't like free splashers this early on. This dude must have eaten at least 20 grounds to justify it. Those could all be voids. One splasher here and just one voidling at 900 income. That's too late for my taste. I'm not a fan of spreading the void super early, but I would rather say it is very good to spread it like quote unquote late, but then spread it really fast. So at about 6 to 700 income is where I would start spreading voids with about 3 voidlings every income timer. Every income timer up until you have them so that they will start covering at least 2/3 of your mace, and then you can make a first break. But Dark Green is spreading the void much slower here, also prioritizing the splashers. I mean, their damage utility cannot be put in question. Of course, it is super good. But then again, the more void you have now, the better you hold the shade and the knights without even having to do any fancy expenses like, I don't know, crushers or watchtowers. Yeah, this is how I would like it to look like. You have like one splasher for the nasty things and damage, and the rest has to be void, void, and more void. Okay, Cole stole some lives. At the same time, he is sending 2 rot golems with air on top, but it doesn't seem to do much. Only 1 rot golem, not even getting through. Oh, but we see an attack from Dark Green into Cole. And he's leaking some things through. I think even a rot golem is amongst it. But it doesn't look too threatening. Ah, it's not bad. There is 2 rot golems in. If he puts the 2 shade waves on top now, which he does, now let's see how much Cole has to invest. He's at 9.4k income. I know I cannot keep track on everybody, so I always just pick one. And as long as it seems interesting, I stick on him. So that's a big shade wave. Yeah, I like him getting some gunners. It looks like a very minor investment, but it does a lot because oftentimes they are what kills the shades after they were hit by the crushers, but still have some little lives. Okay, okay. Ah, yes, he builds him back up. I like this trick. If he kills him because of that, that's very clutch. And he doesn't. Ah, that's how it goes in life, right? So now we have a huge night wave from Peach into Dark Green's maze. But they're getting cut down pretty well. Guard Tower's doing a lot of work, maybe stealing 2 lives. Yep. But it's gonna stay at 2. Okay, so the life discrepancy seems to have evened out again. Brown on 33 being on the lowest life count, but the incomes are all very close together. But perhaps what we have to look at is the mace value more than the income. And here we see Peach on 7k, so let's say 6.7k, and 23k, so leading in income by a big margin already, and also leading in mace value by a big margin already. I think Peach will be really hard to push down from his throne in this game. That's such a significant early game lead, and his entire mace is covered in void. That's how it's gotta be. That's a bit... also the 800 voids, I would start spreading them at like 6 to 7k income. And then similar, or even 8k when you're a bit late because of your own offense. And then similar to the little voidlings, you spread them rather quickly. So each income timer, as long as you're not preparing an offense, you can put in like 4 voidolisks up until they cover the entire maze. Again, some shade waves, this time with Wind Riders in front. And we see a mix of Vengeful Spirits and Troll Berserker, so this is a committed offense here. He might not have safe send it, but he did it very consciously this send. And I like it. Those oftentimes get a good amount of lives without having to be too committed. Oh yes, he's getting a good amount of lives. That looked really good. Here on the other side, the speeds don't really line up well. But or towards the end they actually do, but we don't have Wind Riders on top. But the Troll Berserkers, they seem to get really far, even here. This is the same guy again who builds the Mauler wave a bit higher. Okay, leaking 2 lives, not a lot, so decent hold. Peach now at 70k mace value. Cole has similar mace value but much lower income. So this definitely can be converted to victory. At this point it's more about who can be second. It's hard how this can be determined so early in the game. But I think this lead will be hard, unless Peach screws up. He could always get tanked, because you don't have the Leviathan in this tech naturally. I think it's important to remember to actually maybe get some guard towers in this lane and maybe here, because surprise tanks might mess him up still. But I think he's such a good player that this is not gonna happen. Now Brown is losing his front here to some Treants, but they're not doing much. A lot of Troll Berserkers, those are doing much. They're not eating the damage they should. Hmm. Or perhaps I called this too early. They're all gonna die. They're all gonna die. Oh, here we see the dragon spawns. Now those are not naturally gonna die. We have a damage pocket here, which looks pretty set. Yeah, are they getting far? A bit further at least. Do we have air on top? No, we don't. Those dragon spawns, they make him throw out some investments. That's something. And they actually do steal some lives. Very good. 3 lives. Now here we have turtles already. The turtles are also strong. I'm looking for those stacking up turtle faceless one dragon spawn air safes. Or scents. They don't even have to be safes. Here we only have the voidlings in the entire box. That's very late, considering we are in 35k income. And also here I wouldn't start spreading them. I would rather get the guard towers. Here it looks much prettier. And also those. This one might get through. That's a lucky life there. This one doesn't look too bad. We have them creeping down here. And the rest is filled up. Also the slow, which you have naturally, is also worth getting early because of how strong that slow actually is. And of course with the Abyss Stalker, even more so than with the Frost tech, it is very important that you spread them throughout your maze evenly, because they slow everything in a radius, so you want to have the entire maze covered in that radius. As you see here, then a nice separation to here, some up here, some up here. Now that's a committed attack, that's a ton of dragon spawns. And the slow isn't doing too much because they're so fast already. Peach is stealing a lot of lives here. That was a safe send. How many? 63 down to... Okay, 10 lives, 11 lives, very good. Still, I think... Yeah, okay, he's going 3 lines deep here. That makes sense because he's smelling that his defense again. And I like him having gunners here. They can be converted into cannon towers. So this front screams, come at me, bro. This front could be broken, but is also ready. This front screams, attack me, baby. This one is also ready. And this one, I mean, he could still get gunners here or cannon towers, but this one could also be attacked. How about Peach? I think also Peach's front could get attacked, but he's got a lot of tide lurkers here. And I don't mean attacked by the Void Sapling. Okay, the Banshee wave getting far, but the Ravagers are taking care of it. You do have the Ravagers. Now, they might not be good enough to hold tanks, but they're good enough to hold Banshees. Yeah, that's okay. 26 from Brown, and he's down to 118. And Peach on 136, still with the most mace value. Now, he has kept his lead, but he did not really build on it. This has to be said at least. Oh, but now he's building on it. Was this a big attack? Yeah, here we see the Kobolds coming in. Again, Kobold Banshee, a really nice attack for most attacks. The first discs are going up, but not upgrading it, just putting the most important in place, which is where you want to have your damage pockets, of course. You have the Void disc for some more damage, and the Water disc, which is useful for the later attacks who have mana. And Earth, did he tech already? Yeah, he must have teched. So the first thing he gets after Earth tech is the Earth disc, I like it. This looks like a nice hold, but those are getting through. Fair enough. You have stolen 18 lives from Brown. Oh, poor Brown, what's happening? Oh, even 3 more. Oh, okay. So the tanks, he's getting tanked, but he didn't get in completely. Brown was kinda ready. At least this can be said. His defense was ready in the front, but he didn't have the damage, so he lost a lot of lives. We see more towns getting attacked, and yep, here. Yeah, the tanks are a smart call against this tech, unless they are signaling how they could be going for the guard towers if they had to. Now the Spirit Walkers are also very nice, tanking up armor the longer they live. You want to have some armor reduction against them. And this guy tacked into Scorpions, I think. Not Scorpions, but into the Leviathan, right? I like teching into Leviathan from the Sludge, because Sludge tech is so similar to Leviathan, and Leviathan is one of the strongest techs. So if you're not 100% familiar with what the very best Sludge line might be, you can just go 2 techs into Leviathan and then play it as if it was Leviathan. And in addition to that, you already have the max slow, which is very convenient, of course. Now we see some uh, Spirit Walkers going through from Brown, getting back up to 8, but still the 1 digits, they scream death, and he says GG. Yeah, that's it for Brown. Very nice and committed offenses from Red, continuously, also with the tanks. Red himself also got the Earth tech, but it seems like they went Earth just for the Scorpions. It's interesting to see how many went into Leviathan tech. And also this front now kinda screams attack me, bro, because if he is aware, he knows that he cannot morph the, how do we call them? The Ancient Protectors right away. Unless he has set tech, of course. I don't see any Leviathan either. Perhaps he made the meta call and only went for 1 Earth, and then he started spreading the discs, and then he waits. When he gets attacked in front, he goes for the Protectors, and when the big damage wave comes, he goes for Leviathan. That's a really pretty way of playing. Here we see the Frost tech. Well, yeah, it's okay, because you get the Scorpions, who are very high damage, as we see right now. But because you already have the max slow, it's debatable. Let's see how much gets through. I don't think much, honestly. Those are low on armor. This dude might actually get through, but yeah, maybe some more. At first I thought he holds it really well, but now since they have all tanked up maximum armor, they look invincible. So Red is gonna steal like 10 lives from Wheat here, down to 38. Yeah, they're trading in a lot of lives. And the first Griffin wave coming in big that I see. And he's ready. Very good. Dark green also ready for the Griffin wave and also ready in front. I like it. Even going for the 5 deep already. Now he's eating the Griffins too, but he's kinda ready. It's a pity they all go over at the edge here. And those Griffins at Red's maze are just going through. He's not ready. And he's got multiple Griffin waves. Oh my god, Peach's Griffins are going through at Red. That is because when when uh, Dark Green had the first Griffins, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna pass those right on and send my own Griffins. And then when Cole had them, he more or less thought the same. So Red ate like 3 Griffin waves. But his lives speak a different story. He's very good on lives, so he could afford to leak it. Still, he's not changing his mace, which makes me think it was deliberate that he didn't want to change it. He just didn't want to invest much so that he could get his income back in order. And he's second in income behind Peach, who is really moving away from the pack here. Mace value second, and income he's 150k ahead of the second. That is really big. Also, he's got the full Storm Commanders in place already. So, thinking about stealing lives from Peach, that's really a big endeavor at this point. You need to hold back a lot of send saves, hit the right timings, and still he might hold it. Now those Banshees are gonna evaporate, of course. We did hear the sudden death. Was that sudden death in 3 minutes? I suppose so. Red with a big Griffin wave into Wheat, who doesn't have it prepared either, but the Scorpions together with the Frost are very strong at holding Griffins. I would say it's the second best thing, um, right next to the Shrooms. So we see some tech deviations here, because who got the Shrooms most likely didn't get the Scorpions, and who got the Scorpions uh, passed on the Shrooms or waited on them. Oh, here we have a huge leak from Peach. I mean, Peach is sending into Dark Green, who's leaking. 54 lives counting. He doesn't have the necessary damage to kill all of this. But it's pretty slow, so he might kill more than we might think. Hmm. Maybe if he had an unholy disc here, but still not. Down to 30 lives. Oh, that was big. And we see Cole and Brown already dropping out. That must have happened recently. Unfortunately, I missed it. So my next target for dropping out would be Dark Green, because he had fallen behind so far on income, and he's the lowest on lives, and Peach, the highest income, is sending into him. But can he still make it into sudden death? And there anything can happen. He's not that far away from it. As we can see, the tech upgrades are going mayhem right now. This doesn't look too committed. Red is getting all of his ancient orb keepers ready. This full line of slow needs to be changed up a little, but at the beginning it's cool because it applies the slow right away. Oh, here we see some big... Oh, he still doesn't have the shrooms. Now you're gonna leak all those griffins. The thing is, you can hold a lot of griffins with the ultimate scorpions, but you cannot hold like the entire 16 cent. Oh, he doesn't repuff them. Does he repuff? Nope, he doesn't. Oh wow, Red could have stolen a lot more lives here. Is he busy? Now he's busy rebuilding his mace. If he had repuffed those, that would have been like 10 more lives. So Wheat can be very, very happy about that. And Red is sad. What is sad? Question mark. He congratulates Wild Pet. So I suppose Peach is Wild Pet or what? I'm not entirely sure. Peach changed it up into tons of Gravediggers. That's an interesting. He seems to prioritize the Gravediggers over the Titan Volts like some other dude. Perhaps the same we saw in an earlier game. Dark Green hits the GG and I missed it, of course. Ah, come on, I need to get at least one guy dying in this cast. Now here we see a nice mixed send, but it's that late I don't think it aims at doing something. They are gearing up for the late game now. I wonder who is whom, still, after all this time. But since he congratulated Wildpet, I assume this is... Ah, no, I think Sat is Red, who is Pokebunny, who is Coffee Ninja. And then he's congratulating Wildpet on the third spot. That might make sense. Anyway, we see one last lane in here that might steal something, but it's all ready. And with that many Titan Volts, he's not gonna leak anything anymore. So it's gonna be between Red and Peach, and Red already said Sat, which I don't understand really. He might still win the game. If anything, he's not in pole position, but he's in second position with a good wave, and he can still steal some good lives from Wheat. But of course, he's having a bit of a disadvantage because Peach will send into him first, and there he can mess him up a little. He looks kinda ready, except for his front, but he still has almost the full minute, so his front is gonna be ready too. And Peach, he's playing it down safely, as you can see, converting his big early game lead. That was very nice how he did it, and I think it also speaks to you really want to spread the void throughout the entire maze rather quickly, not start spreading it very early, but once you start, do it fast. And I think Peach did it like that, and it gave him a big early game lead. Yeah, those are all the last cents which they put in just to get some extra income before sudden death. Now it's not about stealing lives at all anymore. We are missing some technology desks from Wheat here. I think Red can still get a comfortable second, right? With that many lives, at least he's gonna get second. So if Peach is not a Wild Pet, then and Red is Coffee Ninja, he might actually get third here. I mean third overall. But still, it's a lot of speculation because I don't recognize their mazes so well. This looks a bit unique here. I could keep in mind who that is. I think I saw this a lot of times already. Might be Vo. Not sure though. Ah, or might be Mach 2. I should get to know those. Well, we see a huge worm wave from Wheat. He's trying to steal some lives before Peach is completely ready with his maze. It's a smart move, getting him up to 40. The only problem he has is he doesn't have enough lives to survive the first big attack. Oh, I like the move of not closing the 5 lanes here because he's not gonna attack you anyway. So why not have another line of Ancient Orb Keepers in there? That's actually a smart move, it gives him tons of damage. Now down here we have a party of Liches. You rarely see that, but it's because it's only the beginning of sudden death. So the maces can still be improved a little bit. Now he's gonna live here actually with this first Shredder Sand he's gonna hold. What is he doing with it? Unfortunately, he just sends another worm wave, which doesn't... They never steal that much. It's always like they steal something, but never enough. The Shredder waves are the big stealers. And now Peach is coming big to Red, might already be the second big wave. And Wheat is... Yeah, it's still hard to say. Oh no, Red sent a lot of Phoenix. He opened up some spots. Oh, but he's too slow. No, no, no. Wheat now closed it back down. And this, I mean, Red can just fly his Phoenix over now, right? Oh, but now Wheat stole some lives. 11 lives. Yeah, Red flies all of his Phoenix over now. Dude, what are you doing? Just win. I don't get it. You have like 7 Phoenix over here. Well, you do you? Ah, perhaps he's more concerned with defending a huge attack from Peach in his maze. Yeah, that's gonna be like... Oh, now, and Wheat is on 15 lives now. 17. Yeah, now the Phoenix cannot steal it anymore. Oh, Rat might be throwing second place. I think he might very well be because he doesn't have a big shredder wave. Oh, now you had the idea to fly over. Now that's a bit late, bro. Okay, he's got him on 7 lives. He's got him on 5 lives. Let's see. Can we steal some more with the worms? I don't know. Oh, come on, Red. You could have just won there. I don't get that move, honestly. Your Phoenix are here for the second time. Oh god, I hope he gets second, but I'm starting to feel like he doesn't deserve it anymore. So Peach is sending big into Red now, and Red is not sending big into Peach. Oh, now he gets him though. Okay, okay. Red got second. Oof, that was how should you call this in English? Um, I want to say eine Zangengeburt. Maybe someone can translate. So now it's a cleanup time, and I think Peach, he's not gonna let this game out of his hands. With 24 million mace value, yeah, Red already congratulating him and selling it. They realize it. So let's find out who is whom. Red was Pokebunny, yes, yes. Now who was Maktub? Maktub got third and Pokebunny got second. And Coffee Ninja dropped out first this time. Oh, so Coffee Ninja, yes, yes. Let's check this out real quick. So Coffee Ninja uh, got far away from the third place, and then it was between Pokebunny and Wild Pet. And Pokebunny must have realized it in game. So he got 6 points, but he only had one, unfortunately. It seems like he was thawing up towards the end of the games. Unfortunately, a little bit too late. Or is it? He's on 7 points now, Pokebunny. Yeah, and Wildpet with fifth is getting 1 point, so he's on 8. Alright, now I understand why he congratulated Wildpet. Very interesting. So we have the top three is Vo with a decent first. A very nice last game, especially. I mean, it looked so dominant. You could say he was gonna win after like the 20k income stage. So that means he's got 26 points in total, very strong. And then we have Maktub in second place overall with with 19 points, I believe. And then we have in the third place Wild Pet with 8 points. That was a very close race against Pokebunny there in the end, and also against Coffee Ninja. But he edged it out in the end. So congratulations to him, and good luck to everybody in the final, where you're gonna meet the EU group. It's surely gonna be one hell of a set of games. See you guys there.